Hey, this is me again, and I was on day 2 of the Xyrem today, so I figured I would just do another video check-in, and today I felt pretty much the same way as yesterday. Since I don't start taking the second evening dose, I've only been doing the one dose. Last night I went to bed a little before midnight, and I ended up waking up on my own at about 4:30, and again, that's way earlier than I'm used to getting up. So I did go back to bed and ended up waking up about my normal time, a little after 8 o'clock this morning. So last night I did, this is in case you didn't watch any of the other videos, this is the dosing cup that I have to fill up. I put about 4.5 grams or whatever in here, and then I'm supposed to mix it with water. Since the salt water tastes disgusting, I've been drinking it with Crystal Light last night. And I was kind of thinking that if anybody found this with this in it, they might think I was in some sort of cult drinking the Kool-Aid, but that's clearly not the case. It did knock me out, but I did wake up still. Even with the Crystal Light, it was still a little salty, but it was okay. It's definitely better than drinking it by itself. So one of the things that I did find out, I was reading a lot about Xyrem online, and as with any new medication, you really want to do some research on it. And what you get in your little packet, the FDA clinical trials, that's only the scientific information that was shared there, but I wanted some real experiences. And one of the things that I found was that a lot of people are taking the Xyrem in the evening and then still the Provigil during the day. So I called my doctor up, and they told me that he still did want me to take the Provigil. So I was a little, I guess, not clear on that. So my Xyrem is not in place of the Provigil. It's actually, I guess, another therapy to add to it in addition to it. So I didn't take the Provigil the past 2 days. So maybe tomorrow, with the Xyrem and then taking the Provigil in the morning, things will be pretty awesome. You know, I still do feel a little bit more alert at work. Again, I don't have to drink a lot of coffee or caffeine all day. Pretty much just that one cup does it. So far I'm happy with it. It's still very, very bizarre to fall asleep with your mind. I can't even describe it. It's like your mind is floating away and you are sinking into your bed. And you know, I don't know, in my other video I talked a little bit about how I use the Sleep Analyze program. So I have been recording my sleep, and I don't know if that's something that I would want to share, but I was saying some very goofy things to myself as the Xyrem was kicking in. I was talking about how I'm floating, asking how people figure out how these drugs are made, and then finally I said how much I wanted a hamburger, and then fell asleep. So I don't have any recollection of it, but you do get in these silly things where you're talking in your sleep. And I live alone, so nobody else really heard it except me because I'm a dork and recorded myself. So if you do live with somebody, you might want to make them aware, or if you have somebody staying over for the evening, you might want to give them a clue that you might be a little, you know, doing some weird things in your sleep. So, but so far no side effects. I had a little slight headache today, and I had a little pain in some of my gums and like around here, but it was just kind of on and off. It wasn't anything bad that, you know, I didn't have any of the diarrhea or anything like that. I didn't wet my bed. I didn't do anything that, you know, some of the more negative and displeasing side effects haven't happened to me yet. So, so that's just a little update. You know, I still am trying to relax a little bit before I go to bed, even though the Xyrem just totally knocks you out. But I have been, even before I started doing the Xyrem, I've been starting to journal every night before bed, and that kind of gets my mind to stop racing, get some of my creative ideas out, and then that way I'm not trying to solve problems and figure out life's mysteries and things like that while I should be focusing on sleeping. So, so that's something that I would suggest. But you know, other than that, Xyrem is going okay. Like I said, I'm doing a lot of research. I'm actually writing a blog post right now about alcohol in Xyrem, and that's one of the things that I'm most nervous about. So yeah, so I would love to see what other people are thinking, or if you are taking anything else for narcolepsy, you know, you can do a video response to this video. You can visit my blog at xyremdiaries.blogspot.com, and you know, hopefully we will get some more awareness that this just isn't some silly disease that some chick in the movie Deuce Bigelow had that makes her fall asleep. Although, you know, it did help kick some ass at the end of the movie. But at any rate, you know, stay tuned, and we'll see how I feel tomorrow when I take the Xyrem and the Provigil.